up on WVU News, I'm James Daly, and I'll tell you about how new tariffs will have an impact on factories and companies all across the U.S.
I'm Jackie Gunther, and coming up on WVU News, I'll tell you about a new program that guarantees to top off student tuition here at West Virginia University.
It's been 1 year since Morgantown enacted the PODA ordinance. I'm Patrick Walsh, and I'll tell you about the connection it's had to the Arts District. WVU News starts now.
An executive order signed during President Trump's first 2 weeks in office is causing economic uncertainty for local businesses in West Virginia. I'm Patrick Walsh.
And I'm Jackie Gunther. New construction in Mon County looks to help make its streets safer.
These stories and more coming up on WVU News, an Emmy-award winning newscast produced by television journalism students right here at West Virginia University.
On February 1st, President Donald Trump signed executive orders imposing tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China.
And while some of those tariffs are on pause, James Daly joins us now in the studio to tell us more about their local impact. James?
Thanks, Patrick. Jackie, despite the pause, local businesses in West Virginia say these tariffs are causing uncertainty for them at the start of a new year. President Trump announced a 25% tariff on imported goods from Mexico and Canada and a 10% tariff on imports from China. These tariffs could raise the price of goods for the average American on anything from new vehicles to computers and are expected to cost each U.S. household an additional $830 in taxes this year. Local economic experts say they could also directly impact the state of West Virginia's bottom line.
A.J. Warren is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Abraham Link in Bridgeport, West Virginia. It's a wholesale flooring distributor that relies on imported goods from foreign countries. Warren says President Trump's tariff announcement is creating challenges for his business.
The challenge is the uncertainty because it makes it very difficult to have stable supply chain and to make good decisions about the future of your business when you don't know what the administration is going to do from one day to the next.
Warren imports products from around the world, including China and Canada, which are both on President Trump's list.
The proposed tariffs could cause an increase in prices that affect both the consumer and factories like this one.
The cost of a tariff is paid by the importer of goods, but it is then passed on to the consumer through higher prices. For Warren, this means the flooring he sells will be more expensive. But the tariffs also impact other industries in West Virginia, like coal and natural gas. China has implemented a 15% tariff on these resources that come directly from the mountain state.
Well, in addition to coal, gas, and oil, we sell a lot of other things to Canada, Mexico, and China, specifically from West Virginia. So this isn't just a national issue. It's not just going to hurt exports nationally. It will hurt us specifically here in West Virginia as well. This could lead to businesses being hurt. This could lead to job losses in West Virginia.
Political scientists say Trump's tariffs are likely a tactic to achieve his political goals.
But the bottom line is he's using it as a negotiating tool. We're not truly sure what he wants from Canada or from Mexico, but it's a negotiating tool.
National reports say Trump wants Mexico and Canada to combat drug trafficking and illegal immigration by increasing policing at the border. But Deskin says the result of the tariffs is now simple.
Less trade, fewer imports, fewer exports, higher prices.
Trump has paused the tariffs for Canada and Mexico for 30 days. Chinese tariffs have already taken effect.
Mexico promised to deploy 10,000 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border in return for Trump's tariff order to be paused. More than 3,500 troops have already been deployed.
Thanks, James. It's been 1 year since Morgantown enacted its PODA ordinance, which allows people to order alcohol from certain restaurants and take them to go as they walk around downtown. Even though there were some concerns from Morgantown residents about the ordinance, business owners say so far it's been a boost for their bottom line.
Poor Choices Pub and Grub is a bar located in the Arts District of downtown Morgantown.
It opened in August 2024, and owners say has seen steady business since.
And we're in between, Hotel Morgan, so we kind of communicate with them a lot. When people are staying with them, hey, if you have adults who want somewhere to go, tell them to come down here.
Poor Choices is a PODA business. PODA stands for Private Outdoor Designated Area. It allows people to buy an alcoholic drink to go from certain businesses and carry them around parts of downtown.
It being centered downtown works out the best because that is the culture of Morgantown.
Morgantown City Council approved the ordinance in January 2024.
And Mayor Celine. Yes. Passes unanimously. On to the city manager.
There are now 10 licensed PODA establishments in the city, including Gibby's Pub and Almost Heaven Bar and Grill. In order to take your beverage with you, head to any PODA licensed establishment and buy your beverage in one of these plastic cups. Now you're able to walk around Morgantown and the Wharf District. Morgantown is the third city in West Virginia to enact this type of ordinance. City Councilor Danielle Trumbull was determined to pass it.
We wanted to make sure that it was going to work for Morgantown when we put it in place, and we're very happy with where we are now.
City residents were concerned college-age people would abuse the law, but Trumbull says they haven't had any issues so far. And for Smalls, it's meant an increase in business. He's excited for the future of PODA in Morgantown. Businesses can sell these beverages from 4 to 10 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekends. But Trumbull says the city has the power to change the PODA scheduling hours during festivals and other events downtown.
While Morgantown says their PODA law hasn't impacted safety for residents, in next-door Granville, the town is taking on some major construction projects to improve road safety. Granville is installing new traffic lights at 2 highly traveled intersections. The $1 million project includes installations on University Town Center Drive and on Sesame Drive. City officials say the lights will decrease driving-related accidents in the area. Weather and inspection issues temporarily halted construction, but the first traffic lights should be finished by the end of February. Until then, drivers can expect slower commute times as traffic is reduced to 1 lane from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the week.
Jackie, over the past 20 years, tuition for in-state students at public universities has increased by 45% when adjusted for inflation. Over that same time period, the median household income in the U.S. has only increased by about 7%.
That's right, Patrick. Since 1963, the total cost of attending a 4-year university has more than doubled. But WVU recently announced a new program that aims to help more in-state students complete their degrees.
WVU Guarantee is a new program that will provide funding to cover the remaining costs for in-state tuition for undergraduate students with a family-adjusted annual gross income of $65,000 or less. While West Virginia native Mari Dietrich doesn't currently qualify for this program, as an in-state student in graduate school, she knows firsthand just how beneficial it can be.
I think it's really important. I think that family income shouldn't limit your access to education, and also there's very limited amount of scholarships and opportunities outside of state institutions. So I think it's really important to have those programs built into a university system.
If students qualify, the program automatically applies once their FAFSA is submitted and evaluated. This guarantees the remaining costs of their tuition will be covered.
Studies show that 55% of adults who did not get a college degree did not enroll due to the high costs and amassing debts.
College tuition continues to skyrocket. In the past 10 years, tuition costs across the country have gone up by 20%. April Call, Executive Director of Communications for WVU, says it's one of the reasons why this program is necessary.
We really see this as part of our mission as the state's flagship land-grant R1 university to help not only provide access for students in West Virginia, but also to help lift up communities and provide economic opportunity.
The Guarantee program is set to take place in fall of 2025. Students must submit their FAFSA, which can be accessed through the WVU Hub by August 1st.
Visit the link at the bottom of your screen for more information on financial aid at WVU.
In 2023, almost 2,000 schools in the United States had Native American mascots. Jackie, many of them include the term Indian in their names.
Studies show the use of these mascots is harmful to Native American students, Patrick. And in West Virginia, some experts are calling for an end to their use. Dakota Swiger reports.
High school mascots are often the pride and joy of their communities. For one Bridgeport, West Virginia native, a mascot means community.
I think we have a rich tradition of working hard and being successful in Bridgeport, and I think when you say you're a Bridgeport Indian, you know, there's a great deal of pride that goes into saying that.
But for 7 high schools in West Virginia with a mascot influenced by Native American imagery and symbolism, change may be on the horizon. Over the past 5 years, communities across the country have protested the use of these mascots. Professional teams such as the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Guardians have already made the change after years of objections from Native tribes. West Virginia University Native American Studies Program Coordinator Bonnie Brown says these mascots are not as empowering as schools may think.
You cannot use the excuse that you're honoring a people when they say, what you're doing is dishonorable, what you're doing is offensive to us.
In West Virginia, this imagery can be seen plastered on the halls of schools and at most high school sporting events. Spectators can find a school's mascot playing a central role in the game, from uniforms to signage.
These schools rally around their mascots everywhere, from the classroom to the courts. But West Virginia has a 0.3% American Native population and 0 federally recognized tribes.
Brown says she has had other minority students reach out about how these mascots affect them.
They said, when I see this imagery that surrounds having this so-called Indian mascot, I feel gross. I feel objectified.
Brown believes the best way to honor Native American populations is by learning the honest history of Native people. Dakota Swiger, WVU News, Morgantown.
Coming up, we take a look at how WVU is training the next generation of emergency responders to work in an industry synonymous with the state.
That story after the break. Stay with us.
Ever wonder what it takes to train for some of the world's most dangerous rescues? Straight ahead on WVU News, I'm Claudia DeLima, and we're going underground to find out.
It has been said the sun might not always shine on West Virginia, but the people always do. And to truly appreciate our beauty, you have to look deeper at our passion, our purpose, at the fabric of who we are.
Because it's always a great day to be a Mountaineer. Wherever you may be. Let's go!
In 2023, West Virginia had more than 150 active coal mines. They're located in 21 of the state's 55 counties, Jackie.
And Patrick, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports underground mining is one of the top 10 most dangerous jobs in America. Last year, there were 40 mining fatalities across the country. 3 of those deaths were miners right here in West Virginia.
But at WVU, a group of students is learning how to save lives in these dangerous working conditions. Senior correspondent Claudia DeLima joins us from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center to tell us more. Claudia?
Thanks, Patrick. Jackie. Here at WVU, the Mine Rescue Team is preparing students for the critical job of rescuing miners stuck underground during an emergency. The team's roots stretch all the way back to the 1910s, a time when the West Virginia Office of Miners Health, Safety, and Training says it was common to see at least one fatal accident occur each day. Now, West Virginia law requires coal mines to have rescue teams available during their operating hours. I had the opportunity to tour WVU's practice facility to see what it takes to be on a team like this one. Justin Waybright is from Wood County and is studying mining engineering at WVU. When he came to campus as a freshman, he was introduced to the university's mine rescue team.
We kind of represent everyone in the state and all the coal miners that put their lives on the line every day and being hardworking individuals.
The WVU Mine Rescue Team, made up entirely of students, practices 3 times a week at 6 a.m. to safely rescue dummies or crisis actors. They face some of the most challenging rescue scenarios imaginable. This gear weighs over 40 pounds, and that's not counting the tools they carry. Imagine wearing this and crawling through tight, hot spaces. That's exactly what these students are training for in their facility in Core, West Virginia. The university has created a simulated underground coal mine in this building.
The number one thing that we're looking for is to make sure any individual that ever comes through this building learns the skills here in a training session so that they're not trying to learn how to do it during the emergency.
In their simulated underground exercises, the team encounters extreme temperatures, bugged equipment, and simulated fire. It's a tough gig, but these students want to help.
You hope nothing ever happens, but you want to be prepared for if it does, and you want to be the people that go in and help them.
WVU competes at least twice a year against mine rescue teams from across the country and around the world. But Brady says it's different for his students.
We set ourselves apart from everybody else because we simply outwork them. We understand what it is to be a West Virginian, what it's like to be blue-collar workers. 5 o'clock in the morning doesn't scare us, neither does continual work.
The first 2025 competition is February. The WVU Mine Rescue Team won first place at the 2023 and 2024 Intercollegiate Mine Emergency Response Competitions in Colorado and British Columbia. Patrick, Jackie, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Claudia. The WVU team most recently competed against 5 other collegiate teams from the U.S. and 1 from Canada, making them not just one of the best in the country, but one of the best in the world.
And all of the team members, Jackie, are full-time students, an impressive group.
Coming up, we take you to a Morgantown area park that's making winter activities more accessible to everyone.
And our sports team highlights the impact of a WVU icon. More after the break.
After the break on WVU News, I'm Terrell Thompson, and I'll tell you about a Mountaineer legend you might recognize, whose legacy has been cemented all across WVU sports this season.
Coming up on WVU News, I'm Mercedes Dykes, and I'll tell you about a Morgantown park that's making winter fun more accessible for everyone.
It has been said the sun might not always shine on West Virginia, but the people always do. And to truly appreciate our beauty, you have to look deeper at our passion, our purpose, at the fabric of who we are.
Because it's always a great day to be a Mountaineer. Wherever you may be, let's go!
Welcome back. WVU Athletics celebrated one of its most widely known alum at a special event last month.
Jerry West played basketball for WVU from 1956 to 1960 before he was drafted into the NBA and went on to become the logo.
Our sports anchor Terrell Thompson joins us live to tell us more about the celebration of the WVU legend. Terrell?
Thanks, Jackie, Patrick. The celebration came after West's passing last summer. West was one of the all-time greats in the basketball world. During his time in Morgantown, West led the 1959 men's team to the NCAA championship game and was named that year's Final Four Outstanding Player of the Year. After graduating, he was the 2nd overall pick in the 1960 NBA draft, played 14 years in the league, and went on to become a coach, a general manager, and a consultant, winning a total of 8 NBA championships In Morgantown, his family and friends are making sure he continues to have an impact on the sport and celebrated that last month at the Coliseum.
Jerry West is one of the greatest athletes to ever wear the old gold and blue. His life and legacy symbolizes what it means to be a Mountaineer.
I think, having been here now and you think about what he did and the stats and records that still stand today, I mean, it's an unbelievable accomplishment from him and what he's meant to this sport and how people perceive that.
This season, the men's basketball program celebrated Jerry West Day, where they honored the life of West in a sold-out matchup against the then #2 ranked Iowa State Cyclones. West's family and friends were in attendance for a special halftime ceremony that honored the Mountaineer legend.
The WVU athletics season has been all about honoring number 44. Not only is the number retired across all 18 D1 varsity sports, but every program wears a number 44 patch on the uniforms like this one added to the Coliseum court.
West led the Mountaineers to 3 of their greatest seasons in program history. WVU even showcased the iconic throwback uniforms West wore during that run in the late 1950s.
Yeah, we got the win for Jerry. We threw the classic throwback jerseys on. So yeah, I mean, it was a Jerry West day, so, rest in peace his soul. He was with us today, for sure.
West will continue to be honored throughout the 2024-2025 season, but his legacy is everlasting.
Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer donated $5 million to the WVU Foundation in honor of West. The money will be split between 2 funds to provide financial assistance to students in need and help support future Mountaineer athletes.
Thanks, Terrell. Patrick, this winter started with a bang in West Virginia and southwestern Pennsylvania. In many parts of the region, areas received 3 times their normal monthly snowfall in January.
And while all of that snow can cause problems, Jackie, for many in the area, it also meant a chance for some winter fun.
Mercedes Dykes joins us live in the studio to tell us more about a Morgantown park, making sure everyone in its community can join in on the fun. Mercedes?
Thanks, Jackie. Patrick. In Morgantown, Chestnut Ridge Park offers snow tubing and skiing hills that draw in adventurers from around north central West Virginia. But over the past few years, park staff have been working on ways to make their activities accessible to community members with different abilities. Chestnut Ridge Park is a 16,000-acre park located in Brewston Mills, West Virginia, and offers recreational activities for the community year-round. In the winter months, snow tubing is the most popular activity.
Whenever it's operational, it's so much fun. People come up here, they're always asking about it, and it's great.
The tubing hill was added in 2023 and took 3 years to complete. 50 people can tube at a time, and park officials say they sell out every weekend. The park uses a rope tow to ensure accessibility. The rope pulls people back up the hill so that anyone can enjoy tubing, just like this. Park staff member Kirsten Louie says accessibility for patrons is important to the staff.
As well as we're very mindful of keeping things as calm as possible and having people help get people out of tubes, into tubes, with canes, all the walking aids and stuff like that.
While the rope tow ensures that anyone can enjoy tubing, Park Superintendent Corwin Hoban says when it's out of service, it affects people's ability to snow tube.
People come out and sled and walk up the hill, and that definitely prevented some people from being able to come sled because it's a pretty big hill. It's quite a walk to the top.
The hill is open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Patrons must review and sign a safety contract before tubing. West Virginia is known for its outdoor winter activities and has 4 skiing resorts as well as the longest sled run on the East Coast. You can find that adventure at Blackwater Falls State Park in Tucker County.
Thanks, Mercedes. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of WVU News. I'm Patrick Walsh.
And I'm Jackie Gunther. You can visit us online on our website below. You can also watch our shows on YouTube.
We also stream on HD Media's website and watch us on KDKA TV out of Pittsburgh on Saturday mornings. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.